Next slide, please. And next. Hi, I'm Rhonda Taylor. I am the Director of Partnerships and Program Engagement at AmeriCorps, and we're pleased to welcome you to this King Day of Service webinar on using AmeriCorps' tools and resources and engaging elected officials. Throughout the course of this webinar, you'll hear from my colleague Emily Stock about setting the context for the King Day of Service, Lindsay Canis about engaging elected officials, and our teammates Emily Guerrero and Aaron Schneider about our media, marketing, and graphics. And then we'll circle back and talk to you about registering your projects and becoming a champion of MLK Day. So I'd like to turn it over to my colleague Emily Stock now. Next slide.
Hi, Rhonda. Thanks. Hello, everyone. Excited to see so many people from all across the country that are here to learn more about the Martin Luther King Jr. Day of Service. So hopefully get you some good information that you can implement in your local community or with your organization. Next slide, please. So this year's Martin Luther King Jr. Day of Service is, this year's theme is Unity Through Service. The commemoration of the MLK Day of Service is a call to act on Dr. King's legacy of social justice and equity and recommit by volunteering to serve others. Through these efforts, we can strengthen ties to our communities and one another while we address critical needs that divide us. Serving on MLK Day can be an entry point for ongoing volunteer efforts and perhaps encourage citizens to apply for national service opportunities like those that we administer through the AmeriCorps agency. Service of any kind helps build connections that can last a lifetime. This MLK Day of Service is another opportunity for Americans to answer President Biden's call to find a common ground by serving others and demonstrating unity in the face of division. Next slide, please. And now I'd like to turn it over to Lindsay Canis with the Office of Government Relations.
Thank you, Emily. Afternoon, everyone. My name is Lindsay Canis, and I'm the Legislative Correspondent in AmeriCorps' Office of Government Relations. So our office's role is to build and strengthen relationships with elected officials at all levels and create champions of national service. So we look forward to supporting your outreach for this coming MLK Day. Thank you for changing slides. So, engaging elected officials. One of the primary ways we hope to engage elected officials this year is through their direct or staff level participation in projects or events on the day of service. So now is the best time to begin or continue building outreach efforts. Our office is thrilled to help your organization by sending formal invitations for your events upon your request or assisting with tailoring your asks to elected officials. So please feel free to contact us via the email on the slide, or if you're joining by phone, our email is governmentrelations@cns.gov. Another ask we're making this year of elected officials is for them to issue a sample proclamation to dedicate the MLK Day holiday as a day of service. So if you have established relationships with any local officials, with your mayor, your governor, or whomever, please encourage them to issue a proclamation this year and let us know who confirms that they'll be publishing. The direct link to download this template will live in the MLK Day Toolkit, which my colleagues will cover soon during the rest of this webinar. My team will also be sharing this toolkit across our elected audiences through the coming weeks. Beyond direct involvement, we're also asking elected officials to help all of us spread the word about projects and events in their communities through their social media channels, on their newsletters, however they communicate with constituents. So we encourage you to use our hashtags, our shareables, promote your projects or events liberally across your network, and please share posts with elected office contacts. We'll do our part on our side to highlight them for elected officials in the lead up to January 16th. Our office is equally committed to making this day of service a success, as we know all of you are. So please share with us who you get to send invitations to, any confirmations you receive, who's connecting on social media, all the above. Again, we're happy to support with outreach to elected offices and help re-up any invitations you're sending. And we look forward to hearing from you and answering any questions you have. And we're ready for the next slide, and I'll pass to Aaron Schneider. Thanks.
Hi, everyone. Thanks, Lindsay. I'm Aaron Schneider, the content manager here over at AmeriCorps External Affairs. Today, I'll be talking to you a little bit more about the tools and resources for promoting MLK Day and your projects. Next slide, please. So if you head to AmeriCorps.gov/MLK Day or MLKday.gov, as you'll see in the slide below, you can find project ideas, ways to promote your project, and while you're at it, we encourage you to register your project so community members can find it and we can help promote it. Next slide, please. As previously mentioned, this year's theme is United We Serve, or Unity Through Service. So driving home the key points of honoring Dr. King's legacy of social justice, equity, and creating the beloved community. MLK Day is a time to honor that legacy and unite through volunteerism and service. And service has the opportunity to help build bridges and unite. We've got a whole document of key messages available for you to use with more than just these 3 messages you see on the screen. And I'll get to where those live in just a second. Next slide, please. So there's tools to promote MLK Day and your project. The MLK Day Toolkit lives on the website, the Social Press Kit. The link that's listed here on the slide, socialpresskit.com/days-of-service. You'll find everything from key messages, social media posts, graphics, posters, logos, and any sort of communication template from media advisories, blog posts, emails, and the sample proclamation that Lindsay just talked about. This year, we've also got AmeriCorps recruitment posters. So if you've got, if you're interested in having folks learn more about AmeriCorps during your project, there's posters there for you to print and use while you're at your service project. We also have a link to the MLK Day PSA, so that's available for use as well. Again, this is housed on the Social Press Kit. The link is in the slide, and I will drop it in the chat after I'm done presenting. Next slide, please. So these are some of the social media samples. So when you head to the press kit, you'll scroll down to the bottom and it'll show you, there'll be the first tab that says social media shareables. You'll select a post that you're interested in sharing and you'll click the share button. So you can share anything from Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, or Instagram. We have sample posts with graphics available for you to just click and share. These will post directly to your social channels, or you can download the graphics separately and copy the text if you'd like. Next slide, please. So not only are those social shareables there for you to use, there's 3 other tabs to flip through, including communication, messaging, and templates, and then logos, graphics, and posters. So these are just a few of the graphics and posters that are available. There's a few more as you start to click through the Social Press Kit. And I think that's it for me. I'm going to turn it over to Emily Guerrero to discuss media and some other social media tips.
Hi, everybody. My name is Emily Guerrero. I'm the AmeriCorps Marketing Manager, and I'm going to share some tips on press, social media, and how to use our MLK Day PSA. Next slide, please. So first, as Erin mentioned before, when you are looking to get some press or support for your event, we really recommend that you register it. This is going to allow the AmeriCorps team to keep an eye out for news about you, social media, and help amplify your volunteer project. Next, the MLK Day Toolkit has several press resources and templates that are available, including a media advisory, which will function as your invitation for reporters to come to your event. Once your media advisory is good to go, you can create a reporter list of local contacts who might be interested in your topics. If your organization doesn't have a media monitoring tool, you can curate a list by doing a Google News search for stories about volunteerism, MLK, and other similar topics in your area. Most news agencies will have reporter contacts available on their websites, so you can create your own list. And we also recommend that you do a combination of individual reporters and news desk emails, which will also be available on local outlet websites. Once you send that advisory out, we recommend that you follow up via email and phone for at least 3 to 5 days leading up to your event. On the day of the event, make sure that you have a POC identified who can assist any reporters who might come and see your volunteer project in action. During or immediately following the event, post pictures and videos to your social media, and of course, don't forget to tag @AmeriCorps. And after the event, you can use the press release template available on our toolkit to share a recap of the event on your website and/or Newswire. And finally, don't forget to send a thank you email with a press release and photos of the event to your reporter list to help improve the odds of a local story. Next slide. Social media timing and content will help you leverage social media when promoting your organization's MLK Day service opportunities and events. I'll start by sharing some general guidelines outlining the how, when, and what comes to posting about MLK Day on your organization's social media accounts. So first, be sure to follow @AmeriCorps on all social channels if you're not already. We'll be posting MLK Day resources, updates, and shareable content that your organization can cross-post. We've begun posting already and will continue to do so nearly every day between now and MLK Day. When posting about MLK Day, please try to tag us and the King Center in your posts and use the campaign hashtag MLK Day. This is going to make it a lot easier for the AmeriCorps team to find your posts and help amplify as much as possible. For those of you who are on smaller teams or have limited capacity, I want to remind you that you don't have to post original content if you don't have the time or resources available. And we recommend instead that you cross-post things either from our accounts or the King Center, which you will find on nearly every social platform as @the King Center. In addition to cross-posting with our toolkit, we've tried to make it quick and as easy as possible for you to share a variety of MLK Day social media content directly to your organization's accounts with copy you can tailor, which is the example that Aaron showed earlier, where you can press that button, it will share directly to your accounts, and it will give you the opportunity to customize before publishing. Next slide. Some social media tips to help you consider as you plan over the next month or so. For timing, we recommend that you start posting soon if you haven't already, in order to remind your followers that MLK Day is coming and encourage them to commit to volunteering and begin promoting your specific event or opportunity. Beginning in January, we recommend that you pivot your focus on the details of your specific event, provide your followers with information on how they can participate, and of course, encourage them to spread the word, inviting others to attend. For the week of the event, we recommend that you post content reminding those who registered and planning to attend that your MLK Day event is coming up. Follow-up is very important and incredibly helpful in keeping those volunteers motivated to ensure that they turn out for their day. Finally, on the day of your event and the week after, it's great to share your event in action by posting photos or videos from the event, encouraging your participants to do the same, as well as sharing the impact generated through your event and thanking the volunteers, partners, and others who made it happen. The AmeriCorps team will continue to monitor and try and amplify as much of your work as possible. Now, can we go to the next slide? All right, the MLK Day public service announcement is now available. I will drop that in the chat. This is the full 60-second version, but the audio clip in 30 and 15-second versions will also be available on our toolkit for you to download and share with local radio stations, turn into reels or other creative things that your team puts together. Next slide. Thank you for listening to the Office of External Affairs today. If you have any questions, you need support, you're interested in getting a quote from our leadership for your press release, reach out to us at mlkday@cns.gov, and our team will make sure that your message gets to the right person to help you out. Next, I'm going to hand it back to Rhonda to talk about being an MLK Day champion.
Hi, everyone. Next slide, please. Before we talk about being a champion, I just want to circle back to some points Emily made about registering your volunteer opportunity. It's really important that others can know about your example of service and volunteering and find you if they want to volunteer. We have a search tool that we publicize on our website, that we publicize to potential volunteers, to elected officials, to the media. So if your project's not there, they won't necessarily find it if they come to our website to look for opportunities to serve or opportunities to cover an event. Through this search tool, you can list your volunteer opportunities with Idealist, Just Serve, Volunteer Match. If you're in California, you can use California Volunteers. The Catholic Volunteer Network also feeds into our site, as well as volunteer.gov, which is largely National Park Service and other opportunities on public lands. We encourage you to pick one of these organizations and set up a free account and post your volunteer project in honor of King Day. Please make sure that you use hashtag MLK in the title so that it's more easily discoverable by those who are looking to volunteer or to publicize your event. If you have any questions, please reach out to us at mlkday@cns.gov. Next slide, please. This year, we've relaunched our MLK Day Champion. If you represent an organization, please consider becoming a champion of MLK Day. We will list you on our website, provide you with the tools and a champion logo, and that you can publicize on your own site or other ways that you're marketing MLK Day. This opportunity closes on December 15th. It's a 1 month open. We opened it in mid-November. We're closing in mid-December so that everybody has time to use the champion moniker and show that you're a part of the National Day of Service. It's really easy to sign up. It's a pretty simple few questions that you answer, filling your website and a contact, and then we will follow up with the resources that we've promised you. I also want to re-emphasize one of the points that Emily made about posters, or Emily and Aaron made about posters. On our social press kit, we have 2 posters. One of the posters is strictly MLK Day, and you can customize it to promote your own event. We hope you'll avail yourselves of that poster. And we also have a poster to advertise potential ongoing volunteer opportunities with AmeriCorps. We would really appreciate your help in getting out the word about opportunities to serve throughout the year or year round, if as the case may be with AmeriCorps. And we hope you will share that poster and hang it at your events. Next slide, please. We have some time left for Q&A. If you have a question, you can raise your hand and we'll unmute you and you can ask it, or you can put questions in the Q&A box. So, any questions that we could answer for you right now? Give everybody a minute.
Rhonda, we have 3 hand raised.
Okay, well, Will, you want to go ahead and unmute one of them?
Hello, good afternoon. This was such a beautiful presentation. That's why I don't know if it's all the way over, but I feel excited about it. But could you give us the exact link to apply to become an MLK Day champion? Because I don't exactly see the link for it.
If you go to our web content at MLK Day at cns.gov. That's a redirect, but it'll take you there. I believe it's either linked from that page or on our resources page.
You
I'll
said cns.gov?
MLK Day at cns.gov.
You said at CNS? I'm sorry.
Yes, MLK. Here, I'll put it in the chat.
Yeah, thank you. I'm sorry, because every time that happens, I get a notification. Thank you so much. Oh, but I'm sorry, that's an email address. Do we,
Oh,
is, that's why I
I'm
was like,
sorry.
wait, I thought it was dot. I'm sorry.
Hi, sorry. If you go to, I put it in the chat, but if you go to AmeriCorps.gov/MLK Day Champions, it'll show up, the form will show up for you to sign up to be a champion, and it'll give you more information.
// MLK champion, you said?
MLK Day Champions.
Day champion. Okay, thank you so much. That's why I was kind of confused, because I'm like, I'm like, did I miss something?
No
Thank
problem.
you so much.
No, I goofed.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, this is Urchna from Northwest Indiana. This is fantastic. Looking forward to being a part of this. And now some individuals are very well versed with, taking these steps, and especially with the social media. Is there any support? Like, is there a individual I can speak to who can walk me through? So once I do it hands-on, then it becomes easy and implementable and continue.
On how to download the graphics, or is that what you're interested in learning how to do?
So there's few different steps and actions we walk through, and I'm sorry I'm not bringing up all of those. So the poster, the graphics, signing up as a champion, creating our own event, hosting the event, and tagging.
If you email me if you email us at mlkday@cns.gov, I'll follow up with you and we'll set a time to walk through some of those things.
Awesome. That'll be great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And is your email in the chat?
I'll put it in here again.
Thank you. All right.
Any other questions?
Yes, I have a question. Can you hear me?
I can.
Now, do we have to sign up for the grant in order to participate in MLK Day?
Oh, absolutely not. We do give some grants. Those are already out the door, but we encourage anyone who can to participate in the MLK Day of Service and lead a volunteer opportunity or go out and volunteer or both.
Okay, so we can volunteer opposite of where our regular work site is at?
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
So there were a couple of things in the Q&A, the written. It says our group is doing a beach cleanup with the local aquarium. Is that an appropriate MLK Day activity? Absolutely. It is. In our earlier webinars this year, we did talk about environmental equity and other environmental projects. And so we're happy to see that you're doing that. Oh, I'm sorry, Emily. You signed up to answer. I apologize.
That's okay, Rhonda.
Our youth build program is participating 2 sites so far, but we're not looking for outside volunteers because of COVID is still a factor here in Northern Illinois. Any sites just to register the event without specifically asking for volunteers. I believe that you can do that on most of the sites. You can put 0 in the volunteers that you're looking for. Anyone else?
Will I be able to ask a question or because I can't see?
Surely, go ahead.
Oh, great. Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Gwen Black. I have a question. A couple of years ago, I did an event and I did it online, and it was showing people how to do a portrait of Dr. King. And the organizers at that time, they allowed us to list the event and people signed up for it. And I went live and people came on and they joined me.
Mhm.
How would that work with with how you guys are now organizing things? Will I be able to post the event and people could sign up, or how could that work?
I think you could. I think you could list that event as a volunteer opportunity and people could sign up to take your class. Training is one of the things that we hope more people will do for King Day. And seems like that's a lovely opportunity.
Okay, so just list the event and then with a link where people can join,
That's right. That's
like a
right.
Zoom link or something. Okay, okay, that'll work. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you. Anyone else? Any other questions?
Yes, I have another question.
Okay.
So, my name is Janice Banks. I'm from Detroit. I have a question. So, are there, I think I saw that the dates are, there's like a window where we can do the MLK. Is there a window? Like for
There's a
January
window.
the 16th? Go ahead.
There's a window for when you can sign up to be a champion of
Mhm,
MLK Day, and that ends in mid-December.
mhm.
But as far as King Day of Service projects, we hope that they'll be near King Day. We do know that many people use the weekend before King Day and
Okay.
sometimes a few days after to do their King Day of Service projects. So we
Mhm.
just hope that you will do it in the vicinity and use our tools and resources and the hashtags to connect to the National Day of Service.
Okay, thank you. Perfect.
You're welcome. So we have a comment in the questions that they're working with AmeriCorps Seniors volunteers, and due to many limits of around mobility, letter writing has also been done quite a bit with them. Another good project, especially for those who may be shut in. It's also could be an interesting thing to interview other seniors about their reflections on the civil rights movement and current day efforts to increase equity and justice.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, finally. Okay, I got in. Okay. Hi. So we're a small nonprofit in Chicago. And so last year we did it. It was really helpful. We're gonna do it again. We talked about mental health. And so I'm gonna do like a mental health 101 event, but we're talking about things that we're gonna be doing for that day. So we went out and in very poverty area in the city. We went into a couple of stores. I think we fed 17 families and paid for people's groceries, who are usually seniors we were helping. So we're gonna do something similar to that. Right now we're in the throes of doing swag bags for the homeless. Would that count as, because I came in late, I was in another meeting, so sorry. Can we post that we're going to have like an online discussion about mental health, and then we're going to talk about how they can help, and then we're going to go out that day and do some type of community activity?
Absolutely. You know, in the last 2 years, especially during COVID, mental health issues have been exacerbated because of isolation and loneliness and fear. That's a wonderful idea and opportunity. And I know that people are in many locations still very concerned about COVID. Finding outdoor opportunities where people can get together and serve together safely also is a good, is good for combating isolation and helping with mental health issues too. So we completely appreciate those kinds of projects.
Thank you.
Anyone else? We can't hear you. Any other questions? My wonderful colleagues have offered to share their screen and walk through the press kit. If people have time, I'd love to let them do that.
Can you hear me now? Oh, sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt. I've been trying to unmute myself for the longest.
Oh, that's okay.
Yes. First, I want to say how informative this presentation has been. I greatly appreciate it.
You're welcome.
I'm from the Willingboro Seventh-day Adventist Church in New Jersey. This year for MLK Day, we collaborated with the Food Bank of South Jersey and hosted a special veterans luncheon to take time to appreciate the men and women who served our country. We had thank you. We had
Go ahead.
We had a tribute service where our pastor, he sang the Lift Every Voice and Sing. Veterans were able to either stay and eat a delicious meal that our church made, and then the Food Bank of South Jersey, they did a nice recipe, a food demonstration, and then each veteran was able to take home a free bag of groceries that the Food Bank of South Jersey, which is an awesome nonprofit organization, donated. So it was so, so nice. And they greatly appreciate it, and they've already put us down to do it again next year. But now that I have this, I'll have even more of a timeline of how to do things. So I greatly appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. That's wonderful. What a lovely tribute and service.
Thank you.
Do we have anyone else waiting on questions in the queue? So Lillian Clark said, just letting everyone know that 2023 is the 60th anniversary of the I Have a Dream speech. Thank you for that, Lillian. And Emily Stock, I noticed you were responding to a recruitment question. I think others would appreciate hearing that answer too, if you'd like to come online and talk about it.
Yeah, let me get the video. There we go. Hi, yeah, so there was a question in the Q&A about using Martin Luther King Jr. Day of Service as a recruitment event for, this was specifically the RSVP programs, and definitely think that fits in, to engage more Americans in service to addressing the needs of their communities really is a big part of what this day is about. So definitely think that fits in as to use it as a recruitment tool specifically, but also if you're having any sort of event, we have materials on the social press kit to educate people about AmeriCorps, about the national service programs that we administer that you may utilize, but also in general about service. So regardless if you are hosting AmeriCorps members or are a grantee of the agencies to just engage more Americans in service and service to their community and addressing the needs of the community, and bridging that gap is really what this day is about.
Okay. Anything else? Emily, do you want, or Emily and Aaron, do you all want to share your screen and show the social press kit?
Yes, I believe I need our LSI team to give me access to share. There we go. All right, so this is the toolkit that we have been talking about. You can get to it from socialpresskit.com/day-of-service. You can also find it on our website, mlkday.gov will get you right to the right page on AmeriCorps.gov. This site is going to give you lots of great information about who to contact at AmeriCorps for various questions or support, as well as some history on MLK Day of Service and AmeriCorps' position in running this day of volunteerism and service. Down here at the bottom, you'll see that we have quite a few different social media posts. They're broken down by the platform. So you'll see right here at the top, if it's a Facebook post, Twitter, LinkedIn, or Instagram. As a demonstration, if you want to share this to your profile, you'll just hit the button underneath and it will pop up an option to see. I'm not certain if my sharing is going to show. Here we go. So this is what will pop up. This will allow you to customize it, to add your organization's voice a little bit, and then you can just hit post. This is super easy. We try to make it as convenient as possible. Let me get back to that other screen. In addition to social media resources, we have communications, messaging, and templates. All you'll need to do is just click these buttons and it will automatically download them for you. But this includes our key messaging, which is a variety of talking points about our calls to service and what this day is all about, as well as email and blog templates, press advisory or media advisory, press release, and a sample proclamation for any of your government relations or government contacts. And then we also have all of our logos, posters, etc. This is where we'll be putting those audio files for the PSA as well. Same as the communications tools, you'll just click on it and it will download it right there for you, and it will all be in common files that you'll be able to access on your computer. And then right here, oh, I stand corrected. The PSA stuff will go under MLK Day PSA, not under logos, graphics, and posters. But right here, you'll be able to download that video, and we'll be uploading more resources for the PSA as those become available. Additionally, see here, I want to show you our MLK Day website. So you can get to this website or this page on AmeriCorps.gov by just simply putting in mlkday.gov. It'll take you right here, and it's going to give you a little bit of the same information that you'll see on the toolkit. However, you'll also be able to watch the PSA directly on here. It is also available on our social media accounts if you would like to share. This is where you'll find a volunteer opportunity near you. This will allow you to look up by zip code. And then this is where you can find the instructions on how to register your opportunity, and then again, how to apply to become a champion. And you can see current projects or current champions that have already signed up to get an idea of some of the other volunteer projects that are happening. And then this right here will also take you right to that toolkit that I presented. Does anyone have any questions about these two pages that I could answer? All right, well, if anyone has questions that come up later, please just email us at mlkday@cns.gov. And we'll make sure that the right person gets that information, is able to help you out.
Hi, one last thing, Tarina, you asked about t-shirts, sweaters, or caps. We don't, but you certainly you certainly can take any of our graphics and make your own if you'd like.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Another question that just occurred to me is January is National Mentoring Month. I
It is.
learned
Yep.
that through AmeriCorps. Is there is there a way that we can help advertise that to enforce that?
Absolutely. The mentor, the National Mentoring Partnership has tools and resources online to help promote mentoring and honoring of National Mentoring Month. So you're welcome to use all of those. It's also a great time to partner with mentoring organizations and feature them at your project and help them recruit new mentors.
Okay, thank you. I also wanted to take this time to apologize. Earlier when I spoke about what we did this year, I sadly forgot to mention Congressman Andy Kim, who took the time to come with his family, give words of affirmation to the veterans. Buffalo soldiers were there who spoke about them not being acknowledged. And he took the time to say, I will speak to somebody about this. So it was a wonderful event, not just because we were acknowledging the veterans, but they were able to personally speak with Congressman Kim and our own Mayor McIntosh. So I greatly appreciate this helpful presentation of all the presenters from AmeriCorps and look forward to following up with my church. I'm even more excited for 2023 and MLK Day. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Marie Williamson. I kind of joined in a bit late, and I have a question for you. For about 18 years, going on 19 years, I've been helping the poor and needy from Newark to Camden and shelters with clothes and feeding and counseling. And I just wanted to know, I've also written books regarding the poor and needy. If I can do my book signing, because my poetry book will be out in a few weeks, if I can do that or surrounding that for Martin Luther King Day as well.
I'm certain that you probably could. You just need to find the right place, a place that's available for you to do that. I certainly suppose you could.
Thank you so much.
Any other questions or comments before we leave? I just want to remind everybody one more time, please do register your projects. Avail yourself of our resources. That's what they're there for. We're particularly excited to see how you use them in creative and wonderful ways. And please be in touch with us. mlkday@cns.gov will help you in whatever ways that we can as we get closer to the King holiday. Anyone else? Any of my colleagues? Okay. Thank you, everyone, for joining.
Thank you for having us. Will there be a post MLK Day meeting where maybe anyone who can join and share how their MLK Day event went?
We haven't done that in the past, but what a great idea. I'll talk to my colleagues about it and see if we can't do that.
That'd be nice. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. God bless everyone. Thank you.
God bless you too. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.